Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Now this is going to surprise a few people, but when you saw the schedule for this week and you saw a City map on Monday, you were probably thinking to yourself, BonBon's going to be really excited about the City map. Well, I was really excited about a City map. It's hard not to be excited about a City map. But the map which I'm most excited about for this week is this one. This is the one. It's a creator I have reviewed 7 times in the past, and they have got an improving and impressive track record. The worst I've ever done was 10 stars back in episode 721. That was the first map we ever reviewed, and they have been solidly, consistently brilliant since then. So it's expected to be a good one, and I promise you right now that it's going to be a good one. And if you like good things, then there's only one thing you can really do to show your appreciation on YouTube, isn't there? That's right, carefully grooming your beard is the best way to support the channel, get me seen by more people and help me grow a little bit more every single day. Today's map is Dawnland by Captain Alex. Okay, so we are in a fictional location on the sort of like northeast coast of America. Yeah, Maine, Maryland, that kind of area. There's your start square. That looks pretty playable to me. No issues with that whatsoever. Let's have a look at the terrain heights. It's pretty flat. Not entirely perfectly flat, but pretty flat. Definitely flat enough for building on. We have plenty of forestry, a little bit of ore and bits and bobs going on, but it's mostly forestry and a bit of fertile. That's what you're looking at today. And if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's okay, it's fine. What do you want? Hey, what do you want from a map? Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. Nicely written description that tells you what to expect, like we're just below the tree limit, all that sort of stuff. There's a theme mix, but it's not a predefined theme mix, so it's one that you'll have to patch together yourself. Although, to be honest with you, it looks perfectly fine with just the Stray Cats Territory Homecoming theme. But we're mixing, it's in an autumn theme there. So we're using that, what, for trees or something? No, we're using it for sand, of all things. Now, having read the comments, there seem to be a few problems with the NAR roads, which is causing a little bit of intermittent zoning issues. I don't know if that's definitely the case. I trialed the map, building a city on it for about 10 minutes earlier. I had no problems, but that was just in 10 minutes. These are people in the comments who have probably played for a lot more on the map than 10 minutes. So I don't know if it's a problem with the NAR roads. If you've got any more information, do leave it in the comments down below. And if there's any particularly useful, helpful comment, I will remember to pin it so that everybody else will see it first. But because I didn't find the problem with it, I'm not actually including that in my ratings. It's just, for all I know, it could be a mod conflict on those people's systems. For all I know, I can't verify either way. Right, this is our first intersection. We'll be coming back here later on in the show because there's something down here I want to show you. And it isn't the slightly encroaching tree or the streetlight clipping. It isn't, but they have been noted. But we're going to come back down this way because there's a little feature detailing area just down the side road there, which if anything is the worst thing on the map. And when I say the worst thing on the map, right, you got to remember this is on a scale of all things being pretty good to start off with. Okay, like this looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, if I told you that was the worst thing on the map, if I told you that what we just saw there was the worst thing on the map, you'd go, oh, well, this is amazing then, isn't it? Yeah? Well, it's kind of like that, but it's slightly not as good as what we just saw there, right? It's talking points. It's always talking points. And because it's so far away from the central 25 tiles, most of you are probably not going to notice it anyway. Anyway, we could follow off towards the edge of the map there. You can see we've got the highway. We've got kind of parallel highways running either side of the river systems, connected by a few national roads, which of course could lead to an awful large amount of traffic. As you can see here though, we don't actually have an awful large amount of traffic running through our national road system. But in theory, potentially you could. We've got rail lines as well, and the whole thing does feel, I'm going to say, the whole thing does feel very American. In terms of the river detailing, see the old rock work around the bridges there. To keep the prop count down, we've got feature areas, but they are very localized, so that you don't expect the entire map to be worked within a tenth of its life. It's not. It's worked very nicely. We've got a little. Shall we take a left? I think we take a left. It's been worked very nicely, and just the feature areas are the important areas. In fact, we've managed to save on trees by concentrating on the feature area, which of course is the playable area in the middle of the map. I'll show you that a bit later when we go second half of the show. We'll take a skit around the outside of the map, and I'll show you that the trees have been much more sparsely used around the outside of the map. But that's fine. Again, you're not going to be building around the outside of the map unless you really have a great vision for something out that way. Which you may do. You may do. You probably won't, but you may do. It's just one of those maps that I think everything is pointing you and directing you in towards the middle of the map. Not a mega city map, obviously. It's there's a lot of forestry. It does feel like a lot of small to medium sized towns dotted around, and again in that true American vibe that that the map gives you, and it just carries really very well indeed. Aesthetically, they've got it on point, and where we were talking about the sand earlier with the autumn theme, the sand looks right. I had it with the wrong sand at first. In fact, with the homecoming sand, it doesn't look quite right along the coast. It's something that I would mark it down on for aesthetics. Not that it's bad, but I would mark it. Oh, hello. I seem to be missing a bit of road here. Looks like it's an incomplete road. Probably left like that to prevent so much traffic coming through this way, and I think that's good gameplay. And again, detailing around the bridge, but no further. So again, that is just focusing and keeping the prop and tree count down so that you, the city builder, can put railway barriers in the road. There's an interesting one. Haven't seen one of those for a little while. And then perfect intersections again. Now we'll head down towards the start square now, if that's all right with you. We're on the parallel highway. It's not really parallel, it's just the other side of the highways. It's parallel with itself, I guess. But yes, it runs on the other side of the map, and everything connects north to south on here and north to south on the other side, sort of north to south or east to west. I don't know quite which way the map's supposed to orientate. I've been pulled up on this a few times in the past with people saying, the map's upside down, you idiot. Okay, maybe the map is upside down. I don't know. All I know is I review the map in the way that it opens once the game loads and I open up the map, coming into the start square area now. And yeah, I review the maps in the direction that they open. I'm going to second guess which way the creator wants it, or real life wants it. Anyway, we've got bit of stop-start traffic. A little bit of stop-start traffic there. That's... It's a slight issue. It's a very slight issue. Definitely, because it's in the start square area, could cause a few minor issues there. So it's just something to remember when we give this thing some ratings at the end. Still in the start square area, and it extends out into this peninsula over here, which I think is like second tile, potentially second tile anyway. And now heading off towards the edge of the map. Now, it's America, so built on the railways, and we have got railways on today's map. And again, the railways are going to be suitably impressive. In fact, so much so, there's going to be so little for me to talk about. I'm going to tell you about all the other episodes that we've had a look at Captain Alex's work. So, are you ready? 721, we gave them 10 stars. I gave them 10 stars. 793, 11, 834, 11. Then the two pièces de résistance maps, 874 and 952, where they got 13 stars each time. Back to a rock solid 12 stars in episode 1131 and 11 stars. I must have been got a bet. Look at the detailing here. Stupidly insane. Must have got out the wrong side of bed for episode 1208 because I only gave it 11 stars where we were peaking at 13. So anyway, yes, I can promise you this map will do at least 11 stars. You have to wait till the end of the episode for me to tell you exactly how many, but yeah, you're going to get 11 stars guaranteed here. Just look at the map. It's not going to get less than... How's this not going to get a minimum of 4 stars for aesthetics, for starters, you know? And the same with the detailing. Can you see anything down here that's just 3 stars in detailing? No. Well, there's 8 stars already, so it only has to get 3 stars for gameplay potential, and it's going to be 11 stars, so it's kind of obvious, really, I feel. Anyway, yeah, Captain Alex, I love their work. I am so glad they're back. It's been a while. It's been, what, 300 episodes? 350 episodes? Yeah, too long, my friend. Don't leave me hanging. I love your maps. I absolutely love them. And like I say, this is because I haven't seen your maps for so long. That's why I was more excited than for the Sidai map. I knew Sidai was going to be good, but this was going to be a treat, a rare treat at that. Anyway, rail merge is here, which means we have time for...
Fed up with vanilla or ploppable parking lots in your city? Wondering what Bonnie Day's Parking Lots Roads is all about? Then you need BonBonB's Parking Lots tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so back to Dawnland by Captain Alex and the shipping routes, which are perfectly fine. Now, the one bit of information I forgot to tell you out loud, it was visible at the start of the show, I didn't mention today's LUT. So we're going to mention today's LUT. We're using the Relight to Lush LUT today. So Stray Cats Territory Homecoming with the autumn theme for the sand and the Relight to Lush LUT. And the shipping routes are fine. They're fine. There's no right turn. I mean, slightly sharpish turns, but again, far enough away from the coast that you're not going to really notice any shenanigans with the boats. So they're fine. They're fine. Okay, no real water flow in that bay there. There's a little bit of water flow over here, but because we're separated, means you can, if you want to pump and draw, you can pump in one side, draw from the other, and you won't pollute your population. So there's that. I'm good with that. Map as a whole looks very nice indeed. I'm loving the shapes. I'm loving the aesthetic, the overall aesthetics. We've saved, like I say, we've saved tens of thousands of trees by leaving the outside of the map just a blank. You're not going to see them from within. See this from within the 25 tiles. So if you're concerned about that, then there's that. If you've got unlimited tree mod, you can always add extra tree. Hello, have you seen this? We've got an intersection right on the edge of the map going into a tunnel. Wonder what? Why is there so much traffic? Where are they all heading to? And you know it already. We come over here, it emerges over here. This is taking a lot of traffic away from the shortcut through the town over there. So when you start building your city, the traffic, that just the dummy traffic, will stay away from the middle of your city, which is exactly how it should be. As was the case for Sidai's map. It's not just a Captain Alex trick, you know. Look at this. This lake looks like a young lad with a cap on, running. I don't know. Little shapes like that, shapes in the clouds and shapes of the lakes really do grab me. A little bit glitchy here, and if you have a look at the down ramp here, it's just a little bit steep, just there. Okay? That's probably the worst thing with networks. It is again in the start square area, so oops. Then we talk about the good stuff. We get down to the good stuff. The essential lighthouse. Isn't she lovely? And look at the way she's been worked into the rockery there. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat indeed. Then we have the islands. This is the main buildable island. We've even got a road on it. I think I think, while I like all of the islands in terms of the shape and the size and the density and where we are with them, I think I would have liked this island here just to have had a nod to, I mean, not even the harbour, but like a vanilla pier. Not even the vanilla, you know, the broken one, but make something out of bridge pillars, you know? We've seen it. We've seen it done. I know you can do it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Anyway, down here, this looks amazing. This cliffy area, the sands underneath the water with the correct sand texture look actually okay. I'm okay with all of that. I buy into all of that, you know. So there's all that. Then we have this harbour assets. Now, you may not have seen a harbour asset listed. That's because these are the NAR road pillars to create a harbour wall. That is very nice work indeed. I like that. You've done a great job there. Oh, and another essential lighthouse. So important, this lighthouse, that it has a road leading up to it. Not quite so happy with the way that the rock is cutting through on that one. I'd probably move the lighthouse back just a little bit so that the rock meets directly onto it. Here's that Running Lad Lake. I just want to show you the little islands in here. Like, we've got a little bit of slightly drowned here. I can forgive that if I believe it. Unfortunately, I don't really believe it on this map. Have a look here. First of all, look how far back the trees are from the water's edge here. Here, they are at the water's edge, so this would seem to be the actual water level. And then these are submerged. So I'm feeling that that little island there is a little too low. Picking holes, you know, it's fine. I still like it. Loving the water, the wetlands down here. Actually, I was so proud of my wetlands in St. Catherine's Point. This outstrips my wetlands in St. Catherine's Point by a long way, in my opinion. That's excellent work again. Well, Captain Alex, I'm expecting no less, really. Now, I told you we'd come back here, didn't I? Because we're going to take a little trip down to the worst part of the map, okay? You see me niggling about, okay? I think you will agree with me on this area down here. I think Captain Alex forgot to go back to it. There are just a few little niggly bits in terms of detailing, right? I like all of it, just niggly bits. Like over here, we've got a rock just cutting through the underside. Slight glitching on that. Very hard to deal with that, though, the glitching. But slight rocking glitching. Big rocking glitching on this side here. And the bridge is to take us down to this. Is this a picnic area or something? Not quite sure. But loving the view. I can buy into that as a picnic area. Yeah, okay. And we got these pillars down as walls again. But have a look. We've got trees growing out of them. A tree growing out of that. A tree growing out of that. There's another tree growing out of this one here. And if you have a look at the rock work down here. There we go. The rock work, trees growing out of all of this. This area, to me, has been forgotten and is the worst thing on the entire map. And saying it's the worst thing on the entire map, it's still really very good. Come on. Anyway, back to the start square. For today's asset pack of the day, we're having a look at all three of the packs that were charting in this week's chart show. This is pack 2, Casas, Coloniales, Latinas, by Pepe Punk. Thank you, Pepe. Thanks for the comment on Monday's show as well. Was it Sunday? No, not Sunday show, Monday. The chart show. Brain's gone. Oh, man. Thanks for the comment on that. Yeah, it's appreciated. Anyway, factoids, because factoids, we're in Dawnland, so let's do a Dawn factoid. Dawn Roma French, born the 11th of October 1957, is a British actress, comedian, presenter and writer. French is known for writing and starring in the BBC comedy sketch show French and Saunders with her best friend and comedy partner Jennifer Saunders, and played the lead role as Geraldine Granger in the BBC sitcom The Vicar of Dibley. Brilliant, brilliant show. She has been nominated for 7 BAFTA Television Awards and won a BAFTA fellowship with Saunders in 2009. Dawn French, if you're not from the UK and you've never heard of Dawn French, let me just tell you, she's a national treasure. She's loved. She's an amazing, brilliant creator of comedy and just one of the best things we've got. Anyway, Casas, Coloniales, Latinas. Pack pack 2 there by Pepe Punk, and we'll have pack 3 on Friday. We'll have a pack 3 on Friday. If you're loving these Latinas packs, then you'll see the remaining properties, and then maybe some more packs coming, I imagine. Anyway, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, I like this. Captain Alex has done a great job. I totally buy into the area, the vibe, the theme, the LUT, all of it. It's not the most iconic, and I feel that some of the like I say, there's a little bit of island work could just be a little bit more interesting. I'm liking what we've got, which is why it's getting middle 4, but I can't go any higher than that because it just doesn't quite really grab me to that. Oh, bloody hell, have you seen this level? Detailing is 4 stars, very strong. We have got a few niggly bits here and there, so I'm going to go for a medium low 4. It doesn't feel like a low 4. Medium low 4 there. Gameplay potential feels very playable indeed. Question mark on stop-start traffic and potential zoning issues, but I'm going to go for a very high 4 stars on this one. If the stop-start traffic hadn't been there, I would have had to have considered the 5th star. I don't have to consider a seal of approval. I was almost given before the map review started because it was Captain Alex. You know, you've got to drop some level to not get a seal of approval when you're at this kind of level. Superb. The best of the best creators are just so good, and I am humble to them. That's my story anyway. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you are still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day in the comments. Score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. I can't promise it'll be as good as this one, but it might be. Haven't seen it yet.